channel. Today I have a very, very important story of my life which happened in the year 2024, and I really want to share with you guys. In the year 2024, July, please forgive me, I didn't have a headache at all. Just the moment I started, I was planning to film this video, I instantly got a headache. So in the year 2024, July, I was not feeling well. It started, okay, somewhere Thursday, I went to the salon to wash my hair. And when I went to wash my hair, there was the hairdresser, her name is Regina. Whilst I was in the salon, there was this advert. We all know Ghana had election in the year 2024. So she asked me, there was an advert on TV about all the politicians were advertising. You know, we all know that. So there was this particular advert about Sheda. Please, all the names I'm mentioning here, I've not even read them before. I'm just using it to, I'm just saying what happened to me in the year 2025, and it all started from there. So once I was there, the hairdresser, I was seeing adverts of all the politicians. It was just going on and on all the TV stations. So she asked me, which political party do I plan to vote for? So please, I'm going to tell you guys, this hairdresser is related to whatever happened to me. She knows so much about it. And I'm going to, after I finish explaining everything that happened, I believe you're also going to understand why I believe she was involved in it. So when she asked me, I told her that I plan to vote for NDC. So I realized that she was asking me so many questions, and it was like the way she was asking me questions, it was like she is trying to gather information from me to someone else. She was trying to gather information from me to someone. That's exactly how I know, because the way she was asking me questions, it wasn't normal. She was asking me so many questions at the time. It's like she is trying to gather information for someone. So I realized that this woman was trying to get words from my mouth to deliver to someone. So I stopped explaining myself to her. On Friday afternoon, I started experiencing some headache. That was from Friday afternoon. I went on my Facebook and I realized that my Facebook was hacked. And the location was at a place where my father has some farm. The hacker's location, that's where my father have a farm there. That was where the location was that particular time. On Facebook, that was my Facebook. And guys, my Facebook have been hacked for the longest time. I think I just realized it in the year 2020. There was about 15 devices that was hacked, that have hacked my Facebook from different locations, different phone devices that I've not used before. Some were even computer, and I've never used a computer to log into my Facebook. And all the devices that were logged in my Facebook, I've never used those devices before. So I knew my phone was hacked. My Facebook was hacked. But I didn't care, because I have nothing to hide. So moving on. After I returned from the salon the next day, which was Friday, I started experiencing some mild headache, comes and goes. I started experiencing headache. And then Saturday, so the Friday I was experiencing the headache. I decided that maybe I should go out and get some fresh air. So I decided to go into the compound to sit there and get some fresh air with my baby. My baby was about, I don't know, she was born in March, so April, May, June, July. So she was only 3 months, guys. She was only 3 months. She was born in March, April, May, June, July. Okay, she was 4 months. So when we went to the compound to sit there, the hairdresser, like the moment I went to the compound, I realized that she was standing in the other side of the house, in the middle of that road. There's a road there. She was standing in the middle of that particular road. So when she saw me, she started walking to the house and said, "Hey, by the way, my name is Ama Benoit." So she was like, "Hey, Sister Ama, who are I'm saying? Hey, Miss we will feel and I'm messy there, and then me tell can me check it on you. And this is very unusual because she have never come to me to check on me. Like, so as for me, I believed it at that time because I thought she was just being caring. So I was like, oh, thank you so much for caring about me, right? And she was like, when she saw me say, Ada, you don't look good, you don't look okay. Seriously, guys, when she started asking me that question, I found it very, very, very suspicious because although I had a headache, I didn't look like someone who have a headache. She's like, you don't look okay, you don't look okay, I found it very strange. And then she asked me, and then I'm saying, I have a headache. Because I found it very strange. You look like someone. I didn't know how. The way she was asking me, I didn't know how. Like, she knew exactly what was happening to me. This woman knew exactly what was happening to me. And I said, I have a headache. And then she asked me, is that all the problem that I have? She asked me that the headache, is that all the problem I have? It's like she was expecting something else, guys. So I believe that when she realized that it wasn't as serious as it was, that's when they went to increase it and made it even worse. So that night, which was Saturday, that night I was watching Alpha Hour. I watched Alpha Hour in the night. I was watching it on my phone. I was praying because the headache was very intense, and I told my husband that he should stay online just in case of anything. And I was praying heavily with Alpha Hour. And then after we finished, he said that we should put some water on whatever device that we are using to listen, and we should pray on it. So guys, that's when I took 3 sachets of water. That's when I took 3 sachets of water to drink. Sorry, 3 sachets of water that we used to drink in the house. I took 3 of them. So when we took the 3 sachets of water, I prayed on it, and then we end the prayer section, right? So the next day, which was Sunday, everything was okay. I was okay. The morning when my kids woke up, I drank the water with them. I drank with them. They drank the water. I also drank. We both drank just 1 sachet of the water. And I gave some to my little baby as well. I was doing exclusive, but that particular day, I don't know. Something within me told me that I should give my baby the water as well. That very night, which was Sunday, everything was normal, guys. The headache vanished after I drank the water. Everything was okay that night, that day. And she called me again that afternoon, to check on me. And I said, I'm feeling better. She said that yesterday when I came, you had a headache. How are you feeling? I said, I'm doing better. We cooked that day. I prepared food. I had some soup. I had some stew. We prepared food. We ate, and everything was fine. That night, which was the Sunday night, guys, I experienced a headache I have never experienced in my life before, guys. I have had 4 natural births, 4 vaginal delivery, and we know the pain can be very excruciating. If you've had the experience before, you understand. But the pain I experienced that night cannot be compared to the pain of childbirth. No. The pain I experienced that night is unfathomable, guys. It was so intense. I felt a severe headache, especially when I bowed down. Like, the headache was so intense. It was so severe. I couldn't control it, and I started crying. I knew something was not right. So that very night too, it was Alpha Hour, and then we were praying. I said that no, what is happening to me is not from God. What is happening to me is not from God, because I had painkillers. I took them, guys. The painkiller was to no avail. It's like I've not taken anything. My husband said, are you sure you have drank it? I said, yes, I've drank it. And my daughter was even my witness. My elder daughter. The pain was so severe. And I realized that my baby too had become very, very weak. Like, although she was asleep, I could tell that she had become very weak. Like, I don't know how to explain this, guys. If you see the way my baby was sleeping, excuse me to use the word, it looks like someone who is dead. She looked like someone who is dead. When I take her, She looked so weak. Like, guys, it was, I don't know how to describe it. And I understand that a baby from 1 to 6 months, they can actually sleep for a long time, but that was not the case. Because I've had four children. That was not the case. Something was not right. So I told my husband, this time, please, stay on the line. Don't go anywhere. So I kept, my husband was online whilst I was watching the Alpha Hour with him. He was watching it from where he was, and I was watching it on my phone as well. But this time around, I didn't even add the water. So whilst I was listening to the Alpha Hour, we were praying together, I was able to fall asleep. I woke up the next day, I realized my baby was still asleep. When you shake her, she don't shake. I got my kids ready to go to school, which was Monday. I got them ready to go to school. Guys, when my kids went to school, when my kids go to school, when I gave birth to the baby, when they go to school, the moment, because of the sleepless night, you have to wake up about 5 times in the night to breastfeed the baby. So when they go to school, I go back to sleep. And I wake up around sometimes 9, sometimes 8, sometimes 10 in the morning before I even bath the baby, because at that time I was doing YouTube and the babies. And my other kids and my husband have traveled to Canada by that time. When my baby was 3 months, my husband traveled to Canada. So this thing happened to me just a few, I think a month and some weeks after my husband traveled. So when I went there, when my kids went to school, before I went to sleep, I remember the moment my kids left the house, the hairdresser called me. When she called me, she told me that, Sister Amma, Misofu bisi me nkancha wo say ensufi no hwa na wano. Misofu bisi me nkancha wo say ensufi no hwa na wano. And I'm say ensufi ben. Ensufi ben na oka was with the edru ha obehu. Guys, let me say it in English so that everybody will understand. After my kids left to school on that particular Monday, the hairdresser called me and told me that her pastor says that she should tell me that I should not drink the dirty water. Her pastor says she should tell me not to drink the dirty water. So I asked her, what dirty water is she talking about? And she told me that when the time comes, I will know. I will know when the time is right. So I was quite confused, but I didn't take it seriously. I went to the bedroom to sleep with my baby. So around 10 something, I woke up and I realized that my husband had called me several times, but I never heard any. The phone was on ringtone. I didn't hear any of it. I went to bath my baby. I got her some food to eat, and I also ate. So first I was sitting at the living room feeding the baby, and the hairdresser called again. And this time around, she said that this time I had a dream, and the dream I had was so bad. She had a dream about me, and the dream was so bad. And according to her, in the dream, me and my kids were traveling to Canada. And she realized that I was carrying I have strapped another baby at my back. But I couldn't go with that baby that I've strapped at my back. So I left my baby with her. And according to her, whilst we were going to Canada, we were standing in some dirty water. Me and my kids were standing in some dirty water. So, like the way she was, and I was like, what kind of dream is that? And according to her, she called after she had a dream, she called the same particular pastor who gave her prophecy to deliver to me. She called the pastor, and the pastor told her that it's the meaning of the dream is that she can see that I'm standing somewhere that is not good, and I should get away from there. Like the nonsense she told me, that was when I realized that this woman, I told myself that if what this woman is saying is true, that she had a dream, fine. But I had a strong feeling that she have created a story by herself. Because, guys, I've known her for some time, and I can tell that she have she have a dirty mind. She is not a good person. Not when I say good person, she have evil thoughts. She have evil thoughts. That's the kind of person. I've realized that I've had conversations with her, so I could tell she have evil thoughts. So she herself know I don't trust her. So there was a time she told me, this time I won't trust him. She asked me herself that, don't I trust her? Because she know that I don't trust her. So when she started telling me all those things, I prayed and I said, God, if what this woman is saying is true, if what she's saying is true, please deliver me, because I don't know where I'm standing that is dirty, that I should get out from there. I've not done anything dirty. I've not done anything wrong. So if I'm standing somewhere and it's dirty, then I should get away from there. That's fine. But if she have created it by herself, or if she's planning any evil against me, God, let it go back to her in trillion folds. That's what I said. So when she told me I should not, the pastor said I should not drink the dirty water. That was the Monday evening, right? Monday afternoon, rather. So after I feed the baby, I went back to sleep again. And then my husband called me again. I think it was around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And my husband said that, have I eaten? Because when my husband woke me up, he told me to go and eat. I said, I've eaten. He asked me and I said, I feed the baby. I feed the baby again because it's been a long time since I fed her. So I should go and feed her again. So I was out. I was going to, we have seen it. I was going to the bed. I was going from the bedroom. When I opened my bedroom gate and I was getting out of the bedroom, guys, I'm not a kid. I know when you sleep, someone physically pushing you. When I got out of the bedroom, guys, when I got out of bed, walking out from the bedroom to the gate, I couldn't walk straight. Guys, that was the hardest moment of my life. Walking from the bed to the bedroom gate to get out of the bedroom, to go to the, and there's a stairs from the bed, to get out from the bedroom to go and make food for my baby. That was the most difficult moment of my life at that time. Walking about 6 steps to the door of the bedroom to go to the living room to make food for the baby. And I finally went to this house. I told my husband he didn't take me serious. When I put my phone somewhere, it's normal with me. When I leave something here, I know how I left it. I know the position I left it. But so when I come and something have changed about it, I can tell. So I left my phone somewhere. Guys, I left my phone somewhere. I looked for the phone everywhere. I couldn't find the phone. I looked for the phone everywhere. I couldn't find the phone. The same place I couldn't find the phone. Later when I came, the phone was there. So many things were happening. And I told my husband, so it was that very week that all these things happened. So when I got out of, I was able to walk to the bedroom door, to open the bedroom door, to come out. And there's a stairs in front of my bedroom. So when I was standing on the stairs and I was actually thinking of how I'll be able to climb down to the living room. Guys, whilst I was standing there thinking, because walking on a straight ground, I couldn't walk straight. So imagine me climbing the stairs, walking down a stairs. Guys, whilst I was sitting there thinking about it, I felt someone pushed me. Someone pushed me out of the bedroom. Pushed me. Guys, the force that it took me to the ground. I didn't sleep. I was standing there straight. Someone pushed me. And then I got up. When I got up, I finally was able to walk to the living room. Luckily, when I was going, I was holding my phone. The moment I got down, the hairdresser called me again. And then she started telling me some things, like her usual prophecy. Her pastor said she tell me this, tell me that. And I was like, what is going on? Why do you keep telling me all these things? And she said that when the time comes, I'll know. Guys, after I finished speaking to this woman, I started experiencing the headache was strong. And this time around, everything changed. Everything changed. It's like someone was hunting me in this house. But then, immediately after I spoke to after all these things happened, my kids returned from school. And everything changed at once. So I was like, what is going on? So I felt like maybe it is nothing. So after my kids returned, my daughter, my elder daughter, she said, Mom, you don't look good at all. She said, Mom, you don't look well at all. And then my daughter asked me, have I feed the baby this after? I said, no. She immediately made food for the baby. Like, my daughter took care of the baby. Guys. And then, I don't know, the moment they came back, I felt like everything have changed. I came back to my normal self and everything went back to normal, like the usual way. So that night, I had some yam in the house and I asked my kids, what do they want to eat? They told me they will eat yam. So we cooked yam. Do you know that the yam, my daughter made the stew? My daughter made the stew. She was 11 years then. She made the stew. Guys, we finished eating. We talked to my husband. Everything was fine. And then we went back to sleep again. I thought I had the most painful headache that Monday night. But then this one, it was 100 times the pain I experienced that night. And the problem is, it comes and then it goes. So I didn't take it serious. Guys. And then I had a very strong headache that night. That night, it was so strong. It was so strong, guys. So this time, my husband said, no, let me call your mother. And then he called one of my Pastor Enoch. And then he called him that I'm not feeling well at all. The way I'm describing the issue, it might be very serious. So he called the pastor. And the pastor also asked me to give my mother's number to him. And then he also called my mother. And then my husband also called my sister-in-law that day. So that Tuesday, my kids didn't go to school because of the way it was. This time it was so severe. I couldn't get up from bed. It was my kids who got me out of bed, took me to the bathroom. My daughter helped me to bath, dressed me, and then they brought me to the living room. She made food for us. She made food for the baby, but no, they made food. I had Milo, so they made breakfast, but I couldn't eat. And my baby was only breastfeeding. The only food that my baby was eating that time was formula. Because of what I was going through, I was not producing a lot of milk. So she was drinking my breast milk and formula to be able to be full because she was exclusively breastfeeding. So I was sitting down on the sofa that I bought. Guys, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I went to China Mall to buy a chair for specifically for my YouTube videos. So I was sitting down on it. My daughter said, Mom, sit down and relax. And then they were playing with the baby. The baby was not active, and I realized that my kids all looked very depressed. My daughter looked depressed, like my son looked depressed. Everything was so. And then I immediately, my daughter called my husband, and my husband said that my mother is coming. So when my mother gets here, then he wants to make sure that my mother is here. So guys, I forgot about the third, that Monday afternoon when I came. I was making food for my daughter. The hairdresser called me again. She called me, I think 3 or 4 times. This time she told me that the pastor said that I will see some colors. I should think carefully and choose the right color. And when she told me that, she also told me that the pastor said that I should be strong because the money that is coming for me will even be much, much better than what I've already made. I'm going to be much richer than what I've already made. So I was like, I didn't understand it. But that time I didn't even care. But then, guys, I was seeing things different way. Not the usual. I was seeing things differently. I was hearing things different. And then I asked. The reason why I keep putting my hand there is I'm sitting as where I film my video. And that's one of the places that I sit most. Because I come here to sit down, think about what I'm going to create, what the topic I'm going to create. I don't know. So The chair is opposite to where I'm sitting. That's why I keep going there. I was sitting on that particular one, the one I went to buy at China Mall. So that Tuesday afternoon, I went to, my husband called one of our church pastors. His name is Pastor Evans. So that Monday, my husband called one of our church pastors. It was Tuesday. My husband called one of our church pastors. His name is Pastor Evans. So when my mother arrived, guys, my husband called one of our church pastors. His name is Pastor Evans. And he came to take me to the church. The hairdresser came to the house after she gave me all the prophecies, and then she came to the house. My mother was here, and the pastor said he was coming to, take me to the church. And the hairdresser says that then she was also going to work her salon, and I said that then I'll follow her to her salon because my hair was a mess and I wanted to go and wash my hair. And I went there to wash my hair. So the pastor came to take me from the salon. There's this one who sells food behind her, and I usually go and buy on this one. I usually go there to buy food. I usually go there to buy food from her. And that dinner I've not eaten, like I told you guys. So I told her to buy food from that woman. So when the pastor came, he drove us to the church. And when we got to the church, he took me to a room, a Sunday school room. And I realized that there was a security camera there. He kept looking in the security camera. I was so agitated, guys. I don't know how to describe it. And then the fufu I bought from was going to get it from the car. And then he brought it, put it in front of me because I was so hungry. Everything looked different that day. So when I ate the food, I realized that something have entered me. And so after eating the food, they took me to the church office. And the situation even got worse. It got worse than it was before. This time around, I felt myself, somehow I felt like I was very cold. When I was so tired to the extent that when I breastfeed my baby, that's when I get energy. When I stop breastfeeding her, the thing gets serious. And then they asked me to sleep. And then I slept. So when I slept, I get better. And then later I wake up and they ask me to breastfeed the baby. And I'll breastfeed again. And then I'll sleep and I get better. So in the evening, the pastor told me that, told my mother to find a very powerful pastor to take me there. And then we came home. When we came home, the next day, my sister-in-law arrived. So when she came, before this incident happened, when we came home that day, I think I was okay. That day when we arrived, everything was fine. But then they had to take my case to my sister-in-law's place the day that we went to the church. After we arrived the next day, they had to take my case to my sister-in-law's place. And then my sister-in-law came here. So my sister-in-law took my case to Pakoso. And I was left with my mother, and they took my baby. I was left with my mother and the baby. And my sister-in-law took my case to where they live. And then she asked me if she should take my baby to there, and I said no. And she was like, "You are not feeling well, can you breastfeed the baby?" And I said that my mother is here now, so she can help me and I'll be able to breastfeed the baby. So she went my three kids, and I was left with my mother and the baby. So that night, I had a dream. The pastor said she should tell me that I should not drink the dirty water. So guys, I'm going to explain to you the dream I had. In the dream, guys, I forgot to tell you, that day that my mother arrived, that the pastor came to take us to the church. After we came home, I think we got home around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. After we got home, the moment we entered the room, my mother said I should go and sleep because I'm very tired. When I fell asleep, no, my baby was asleep, and I was also very sleepy. So when my mother put the baby in the crib, and then she asked me to also sleep. She's going to prepare food for me. The moment I slept, I had a dream. In the dream, my house was burning. There was fire in the house. The house was burning. And I hear a voice saying that if I don't leave this house, I'll die. The house will burn me. So I should leave this house and run away. And run away from the house. Run away from the house and take me and my baby and my things from the house and run away with my baby. That time my kids were at my sister-in-law's place. It was left with me and my mother and the baby. So when I woke up, my mother was cooking in the kitchen. After I had a dream, I immediately woke up. Guys, what was happening to me, if I describe to you, you will not understand. It's like something was controlling me. I could hear voices telling me what to do. I will not lie about that. I could hear voices telling me exactly what to do. And that's what I was hearing. After I had a dream, that's what the voice told me, to run away from the house, or else I will die with my baby. The fire will burn us. And guys, I took my mother care bag. I took all my baby's clothes, the ones that is important, I took them. I took her formula, I took her diapers. Like, I took about 5 pieces of her diapers in the mother care bag. And I covered her. And I opened the door. My mother was in the kitchen. So when my mother heard the door open, she said, "Where are you going?" I ran to my neighbor's house. I ran to my neighbor's house to save me and the baby. So when I went, my neighbor was also surprised. What is going on? I said that, "Please take care of my baby. Take care of my baby. Please take care of my baby." Her name is Sister. Sister, take care of my baby. Please keep my baby safe for me. And I left the baby with her. And I told my mother that, "No, I'm not going to come. I will not bring my baby here." So I was like, if something happened to me and my mother, then we die. But I want to save my baby. So I gave my baby to my neighbor. Then I came back here. So when I came back, and then I came to sit down, whatever happened to me went back. I came back to my normal self. And then I went back to my neighbor's house. And I took my baby back to sleep. When I finished eating, I went back to sleep. My mother bagged the baby. I breastfeed her. We made formula for her, and then she slept. But I couldn't sleep because something was telling me to stay awake and protect my baby, because the house will burn. That's the voice I kept hearing in my head. The house will burn. So I should stay awake. I should protect my baby. So I couldn't sleep. My mother would say, "Sleep." I say, "I will not sleep." Sleep. I say, "I will not sleep." Sleep. I say, "I will not sleep." So I was finally around 4 something. I finally decided to sleep again. That's when I had a dream. In the dream, Pastor said I should not drink the dirty water. So in the dream, I ran out of the house with my 4 kids, my baby and my other kids. I ran out of the house with them, and when we were going, we took only mother care bag. I didn't even have money for transportation. Guys, I have money in the bank, but I didn't even have money for transportation. That's what happened. I'm telling you, in the dream. Once we were going, we were walking because we didn't have money for transportation. There was no car. That's what I saw in the dream. So I was walking with my kids, and we left the house, we walked to some place. We walked some, and then I couldn't find anywhere to go. I didn't have any house to go and stay. So we went, and then me and my kids, we went to stay in a forest where there was nobody, just me and my kids. We were surrounded by palm nut tree. Sorry. We were surrounded by palm tree. And there was some water there. So, the water was very, when I say dirty, not too dirty like muddy or that, but in a normal sense, I will not drink that water. If you ask me to drink, I will not drink. So my kids and I, we were very hungry. There was no water there. There was no food there. We were very hungry. I could get some fruit for them, but all the fruit there were finished. And it was so sunny that all the fruits were dry. We couldn't get any food. So I had no choice but to go and get that dirty water that the hairdresser told me, her pastor said I should not drink the dirty water. After I had a drink that I understood, because she told me that when the time comes, I will know. When the time comes, I will know. So in a dream, I had no choice but to go and drink that water with my kiss. And after I drank that water, I woke up. And when I woke up, the situation got worse. The hairdresser told me she was taking me to a pastor. So she was taking me there. So when I got dressed, my sister-in-law also arrived. When she arrived, she came to kneel. I was sitting down. She came to kneel in front of me and asked me, Amma, should I take you to my pastor? She said I should look into her eyes. She was like, and I look. And she said, should I take you to my pastor? I immediately said yes. And after I said that, she called my husband and told my husband that I say I have agreed to go to her pastor. But my husband knows that if I am okay, like in my perfect health condition, like my usual self, I will never agree to go there. So my husband asked her, are you sure? So my husband told her to give me the phone. And then he asked me 3 times, are you sure you want to go there? I said, yes. My husband said, are you really okay? Because my husband was surprised. I'm saying this because of the experience I've had with this pastor. Because of the things I've seen him do at his church when I went there to visit. So when this was happening, I knew exactly what was going on. But guys, I felt like I was under control. I was just obeying instruction from someone was controlling me to obey his instructions, to do whatever he wants me to do. So when she told me, I said yes. So, and then we went. And then my husband asked my mother as well, are you sure my husband said, when I woke up this morning, what is going on? Because he's surprised that I said I'll go to the pastor. My mother said she agreed. And then we went. Guys, the moment we arrived at the church, the pastor said, there won't pay the baby also. What you don't like will happen to you. The pastor said, we do good to you people, and you go and give your money to other pastors. Go and give your money to other pastors. And then he started saying strange things like, what can I sorry them mother? What can I sorry them mother? What would that? What would they that? Like all the things he was saying, it didn't make sense. And then he started saying that, guys, I forgot something. Whilst all this was happening to me, I went to YouTube. When I get better. I go to YouTube. On my homepage, I realized that all my notifications have changed. I started receiving notification from some pastors, Ghanaian pastors. I started receiving notification from some Ghanaian musicians, some old Ghanaian musicians. And one of the old Ghanaian musicians that I listened a lot on my YouTube was Esther Smith. So as for her, when I saw her notification, it didn't surprise me at all because I know her. I've been listening to her music on my phone, on YouTube several times. So, but there was this notification that was very strange. I saw Antenna's notification. It's not the fact that the notification was Antenna's program, but what the program was about. There was this woman who went to Antina's show, and in the show, she claims her husband is in Canada, but she have HIV. And Antina was asking her, "No clue, Canada, they didn't win HIV," and they were all laughing. Hey, so when I saw the video I kept seeing the notification. When I scrolled down, I'll be seeing the videos. I clicked the video to watch. Say, why do I keep seeing this video? So let me watch. And then I saw the notification and I watched the video. That's what the video was about. The woman says that her husband is in Canada, but her husband is in Canada, but she have HIV. And guys, I don't know if you remember correctly. I did a video about HIV where I told you guys the symptoms of HIV, and I was explaining to you guys that some of these people who have HIV, they may be so beautiful, you will not even think they have HIV. I was telling you guys about that video. So I don't know, whoever was doing this thought I have HIV. The person in their narrow mind and their psycho mind thought I have HIV. Sorry, I have HIV. And the person also thought my husband is in abroad for a long time. But guys, my husband just went abroad about 6 weeks before this things happened to me. And just in this short distance, the person thinks I've gone and sleep with a different man too. The person, so what I know is that the person didn't thought, probably I have HIV. That's what I know for sure. And my husband is in Canada. So if I have HIV, it means that I've cheated on him to go and sleep with another man. And one of the prophecies, the stupid hairdresser called me to tell me. She said that, and pastor said she should tell me that once my husband have gone to Canada, there will be hardship. We will go through hardship, but I should keep being strong. I should be loyal. I should be faithful. A man will come to my life. The man will be so rich. The man will come and deceive me, but that man will not take me anywhere. Like, that was when I realized that the hairdresser is very stupid, and she's when you're wicked. So I dream pardon it dream. I dream feel when it's my dream when it's dream. So when she started giving those stupid prophecy, when she told me that prophecy, what came to my mind? And I said, that God, I know this woman doesn't think well of me. Whatever she is thinking of me, may it go back to her in trillion folds. Because she is very wicked and independent. So, that video I watched about a woman who claims she have HIV whilst her husband is in Canada. When my sister-in-law took us to a pastor's church, guys, this is not the first time this same sister-in-law has taken me to the pastor's church. She has taken me there about 4 times. Anytime she claimed that, their church, the pastor said they should bring someone to church. She don't have anyone, so I should follow her, and I'll follow her. And when I go, come and see insults. It's like the whole church program was made just for me. Come and see insults. So, let's leave all that aside. When my sister-in-law came here and she looked into my eyes and told me that she should take me to her pastor, we went to the church. The moment we arrived there, the pastor said, "They won't pay and a bell." So, guys, let me tell you, the hairdresser, the day that I went to the salon, that Thursday I told you I went to the salon. After that, all these things started happening. She was selling a liquid soap. I bought some for myself, for my baby. Guys, I don't know why she did, because my baby had liquid soap, Johnson liquid soap. I've just used just more of it. But when she told me about the liquid soap, I bought some. The moment I applied this liquid soap on my skin, some strange rashes came on me and the baby as well. So when she was taking me to the church and my sister-in-law arrived and claimed that, I told me to look in her eyes, and she told me that she should take me to a pastor's church. I agreed, and my husband was surprised because he said that his hands was tied because he didn't know what to say. I myself have agreed that I'll go. And trust me when I say that it was not myself. It was not my own will that I wanted to go there. I was under control. So when I arrived at the church, the woman that I saw on YouTube, on Antina's show, who claimed her husband have traveled to Canada but she have HIV, the woman was at the church. The woman was at the church playing akasana. Everyone was sorry them. especially singing man. Man. When singing man are singing, they usually use that one. She was holding it. Wake another up. The woman was holding it. My baby's awake. The woman was holding it, and the moment I arrived there, she looked at me, and there was another woman who blinked her eyes. The woman was doing something like this, trying to tell me to go back. The woman was trying to tell me to go back to. The woman was indirectly telling me not to enter the church. I've already entered, but she was indirectly telling me to go back, not to come to the church. It's as if the woman knew what was about to happen to me. So when I arrived at the church and I saw this woman, and the pastor said, "They won't pen a baby also. They won't pen a baby also. Yeah, young papa, this come mobi, one. As all the things the pastor was saying were also making sense. It was not making sense at all. That was when I realized I was trapped. That was when I realized I was trapped. That was when I realized everything that is happening to me is planned. And I knew the source of the problem. And then he started saying, "What can I sorry them that? What would it that? What would it that? I wouldn't, what would it that? Would the movie be behind with TV so when At that time, I didn't know. Not knowing this pastor was talking about. There was this pastor I shared on my YouTube community board. His name is Mr. Krende. Oh, I've forgotten his. Let me check on YouTube. He's a pastor. He's an African pastor. He's not a Ghanaian. The post is still on my YouTube community board, guys. The post is still there. I share about how I was scrolling to YouTube and I saw his video and I like his video. I like his teachings. So this pastor have been watching me for a long time. He know everything I do. He know everything I do. This pastor have been watching me for a long time. And I post this pastor called Feminized Rose. All some Nigerian pastors I post on my Facebook page. The pastor's name is Miss Nwake Takrende. I don't know if I mentioned the pastor's name well. I'm going to show you guys if you will know. This is a pastor I watch, but the name I cannot mention it correctly. This is his channel. Miss Nwake Takrende. Let me see his profile picture so that you'll be able to know who he is. Okay, so this is the pastor, he and his wife. So I've been posting this pastor and other pastors that I like. When I see your post. There's this Nigerian pastor. I like him a lot. His teachings. I like Pastor Mason. Trust me, I've been watching him since I was a kid. I've been watching Pastor Lawrence Tete when I was a kid. It's like I've been following them, and it's not about. Those pastors. They don't usually say your mother is a witch, your grandmother is a. What they usually do is to teach you about life, growth, success, and your spiritual life. So I love their teachings. So I've been watching them since I was a kid. And I've been posting them on my social media, not knowing this pastor is envious of it. And what right do he even have to be envious? What right do he have to be angry about me posting them? My in-laws attend his church. But the fact that they attend his church does not mean that he's entitled to me. He's entitled to my family, my kids. He's not entitled to me, my family, my children. My in-laws attend his church. And he has been able to manipulate them. He has been able to get them at the tip of his hand. But does it also mean that he should also have control over me and my kids? What right do he have? So let's go back to when we entered the church. And he started saying that they won't pay the Bible so. And then he told my mother, "Mommy, so who ban also ban or tip of a pie or social media." That's, guys, the same way I'm quoting exactly how he said it. And you could tell social media, I wanna. That's what the pastor was acting. And then he called my sister-in-law, the one who came to take me to the church. I don't know. It's like they were acting a movie. Then my sister-in-law, he called her. My sister-in-law knelt in front of him. And then I don't know what my sister-in-law started doing. That's what the acting was. My sister-in-law started. And then after that, my sister-in-law put some buckets in front of her, and she was doing something like she was praying over the bucket of water. And after that, she started doing something like this, like someone who is pouring a bucket of water on themselves. I don't know what those two were trying to imply. I don't know what they were doing, but all I can tell is that they were acting. So, after that, the pastor got so angry, started insulting the church. Oh my goodness, guys. This is not the first time. I told you I've been invited there several times. The man can explode, and when he explodes, he takes his anger on the church members. He insults them to death. He insults their whole generation. And one day when we went to the church, and after he insulted us, I was going with my sister-in-law. And my sister-in-law, the same one who came to take me, and one who is Mikunechi Bako. Yes. She said, you're so funny. They asked for a pastor. He's a nice person, but when you wrong him, he will just caution you, and then he will forgive you. So I asked them, what have I done wrong to him? Where did I go wrong with him? Have I insulted him? Have I stolen his money? Have I insulted his wife? Have I borrowed money from him and not paid? Do you know what they said? You see the miracles you have done today. So when he insults you, don't take it into heart. He's a nice person. That was the last time I went there. So when I came, I told my husband everything. So when I agreed to go there with my sister-in-law, when she got here and told me to look into her eyes, my husband was surprised. He said that my wife would never agree to go with you, so let me talk to her. So he talked to me. I said yes. He asked my mother. My mother said, she says yes. That's where we ended up there. And then he said he was going to guys, I can assure you that the man was controlling my mind. I can assure you. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because he wanted to pray over me and pour his water on me and his oil on me like his usual way. But once he was about to do that, I said in my head, I said it silently, I said, oh God, I know this man is not from you. Whatever he put on me, I know it's not from you. Let it go back to him. And then, yeah, he prayed for me, but he didn't touch me. He didn't put any oil on me. And then after he did, he threw his mic away. He got angry and then he left. And then he will go and rent some Land Cruiser. And then he said, so first of my mental Land Cruiser, the man was showing off to me. And after that, while he was going, he came back. And then he said that he had forgotten. He aspired to be a politician. And then he told the church members, they were all happy. And then he showed the members a t-shirt that his t-shirt that he had printed for the politics. And according to him, I don't know if he was aspiring to be an MP for MPP or something. I didn't take note of that because I didn't care about that. And then he said that we should come and buy the t-shirts. Everyone should come and buy it. It's 250 cedis. And then he asked me, I should come and buy it. Everybody, we should all get up. And I said to myself, God, I know this man is not from you. And this man, when we entered the church, I forgot one thing. He said that he's going to turn me and my family to cats and dogs to go and bring money for him. He's going to use me to build his church. And he's also said that I'm a married woman, I should not wear wig. For the opportunity was so continuing about their show to this one Jimmy. Like the insult was not, guys, it wasn't. Obama for told me their show I should a married woman like me put hair on my artificial hair on my hair. Why shouldn't I wear my natural hair? I look beautiful. Let me head sit on my I look beautiful in natural hair. So why should I wear artificial wig? Why should I waste money on wig? I'm going to stay home. I'm not going to do YouTube again. That's the pastor's decision. He's deciding my life for me. The pastor is deciding my life for me. I'm going to stay home. I'm not going to do YouTube again. I'm going to stay home for my husband to send me money from abroad. And when my husband sends me money from abroad, I'll bring it to the church. And according to him, he's going to do church from Monday to Friday. Prayer service. I'll come every day. And I'll come and give offering to him. Secondly, when he returned back and said that he was selling his t-shirt, and then he also brought envelope for us to put money in it. Guys, let me tell you. The envelope, we went there in 2024. The envelope was 2020. 2020 envelope. The year 2020 envelope that they printed. Let me tell you how this envelope came. So, in the year of March in 2020, they claimed to be doing annual service for the church building or something. And my sister-in-law brought those envelopes. He shared it to the church members to go and give to people to put money in the envelope. My sister-in-law brought those envelopes to me to put money in it. And I think I put five cedis in it. She came and gave all the envelope to me and my husband to put money in it. And I put five cedis on it. According to the pastor, that money was not enough. So he have kept that envelope. That's why I'm saying that everything that happened to me, he planned it. His name is NSNJ. His church is at Askorima for Morban. That road, Morban. That's where the church is. So this pastor have planned everything. He have kept the envelope, 2020 envelope. He have kept it. He have planned everything. Like he have targeted me several times. And I think that 2024 that he got me. So he was waiting for me to come and take that envelope back. And according to him, we should go and put money in the envelope. My mother should not take me to the hospital first. She should bring me to the church. We should put money in the envelope. And when we bring it back, he will do something for us. And when he do that something for us, yeah, I'm going to get better. And when I get better, then I go to the hospital. Because that psycho pastor thinks that I have HIV. Just because I did a video about HIV. So the psycho pastor thinks I have HIV. And that's why I got a notification of a woman who claimed she have HIV. Her husband is in Canada. So that notification I got, it wasn't a coincidence. Guys, after we came home, the insult he insulted us, he told us he's going to turn us to cats and dogs. And we are going to bring money for him to build his church. He's going to use me to build his church. He said that he's going to use me to bring souls to his church. And I said to myself that, God, it will never happen like that. I will never, God, as long as you live, I'll never worship anything that is not from you. Because I know this man is not from you. And then I came home. When I came home, I sat down. I was pressing my phone. This time around, so what, guys, I forgot to tell you. This time around, once I was sitting down pressing my phone, I got a message. If you give me 200, I'll give you 2,000. If you give me 2,000, I'll give you 20,000. If you give me 20,000, I'll give you 200,000. So I should think about it. After we were given the envelope to come and put money in it, and I came home, I received this message. Who do you think sent me the message? He's trying to tell me what I put in the envelope. Oh, he's trying to tell me what I put in the envelope will determine how much I'll get. Because he believes that he's a man who gives wealth. That's what he takes. Because this man says he's Jesus Christ. When my mother-in-law was alive, he told my mother-in-law, we went there. My husband-in-law's wife, we were there. He told the mother-in-law that Jesus Christ will call her at 7 p.m. And she got a call at that particular time. That time someone was dead. My husband's auntie or someone was there. We went there. She got a call and the person claimed, hello, I am Jesus Christ. She spoke with the person. My mother-in-law was so excited. Said that the pastor is very powerful. He told her Jesus Christ will call her, and Jesus Christ have called her the same time the pastor said. So me and my husband-in-law's wife, we just look at her like that. Guys, so when I received the message that if you give me 200, I'll give you this. If you give me this, I'll give you that. And I was like, wow. And it's just so serious. So I was like, wow, interesting. So he said, when I heard that, if you give me this, I'll give you that. If you give me this, I'll give you that. I realized that, wow. So I was like, 3. If you have this much money, to give to people. Why don't you use that money to build your church? Why don't you say that you are going to use me to build your church? Why do you say that you are going to turn us to cats and dogs to go and bring money for you? One thing he also said at the church that I forgot to tell you guys. He said that, he told my mother, your daughter will become so beautiful like she was, okay? She'll become very beautiful. Now she looks older than her age. Guys, and when that time, the things I went, I looked really terrible. I told you guys. And let me tell you how this whole thing happened. The pastor was trying to give me hints to let me know the kind of evil person he is. So it was threat. He was threatening me that I will leave all the church that I attend to come to his church. And he's going to do prayer service from Monday to Friday, and I'll attend every day to give him offering. That's what he says. And guys, let me tell you, when my husband was in Ghana, when I told you my husband was here before my baby was born, and I wanted to go to Thanksgiving just the first month. So I went to town to buy some lace for the Thanksgiving service, my baby's dedication. When we were going to buy the lace, at the lace shop, some women came there whilst I was buying the lace, and I chose a particular lace. The woman who came there claimed she came with her daughter, some girls and a man. She claimed that they are going to a wedding, and the lace is too expensive for them. So me and my husband, from there we went to Woodin shop, and my husband went there to buy Woodin shirts. He was planning to travel to Canada, so he was buying the things that he needed. So when we went to the wedding shop, these same people came there. The way they were looking at us, the way when we were going, I said that no, these people are following us. So the shirts my husband bought, the woman said that, oh, she also buy the same shirt. She have a son who is the same age as my husband, and they look alike. So she's going to buy the same shirt for the son. But I knew these people were following us. I forgot to tell you that the day the pastor took me, my church pastor came to take me to the church. I told you guys that I bought food on the road, that they gave me the food to eat. And then we went to the church office. Once we were at the church office, that man, that I told you guys, he came with the woman and some girls that they claimed they were going to a wedding, that I suspected they were following us. That man came to the church, and he also entered the office with the pastor who came to take me to the church. And they were laughing. I don't know who they were laughing at, but it could be anyone else, or they were having a funny conversation. But one thing I know is that it's the same man that we saw at the lace shop and the woody shop. And I suspected, I told my husband they were following us. So my suspicion was right. But that was not it. That wasn't even my problem. So after the pastor started sending message that if you give me this, I'll give you that. If you give me this, I'll give you that. Fine. So Thursday we were supposed to go to the church and give the envelope. We didn't go. And then my sister-in-law kept calling. I said, we'll come. And then I went to hospital. I went to hospital. They did a blood test. They did everything. They did a scan to see maybe if I'm pregnant. Everything. I was not pregnant. They did a lab test. I didn't have any HIV. There was nothing wrong with me. So after they did that, they gave me medication, and I felt okay, guys. I felt completely okay. I got better. The Sunday, the envelope they gave us, my husband sent money, and the money he sent, it was 200 cedis notes. When we went to change it, when we went to withdraw the money, it was 200 cedis notes. So I didn't have money on me at that time. I went to bank to withdraw money. That all these things happened. I got the bank manager would come there to withdraw money on that. I went to wash my hair on Thursday, right? I called the bank manager to withdraw money on Friday, and I didn't go because of what was going on. So I didn't have any money on me, and my husband sent money, and we went to withdraw it. They gave us 200 cedis note. So when we were going to the church on Sunday, I told the Thursday we didn't go to the church, we went to hospital. The pastor told my mother that we shouldn't go to hospital first. We should come to the church for him to do something for us, because the psycho pastor thinks that I have HIV, and he knows I don't have HIV. I don't know if he gave it to me spiritually and he wanted to take it away. So when we go. That's why I decided to go to the hospital first to prove to everyone that I don't have it. So when we go to the church, he claimed he would do something for us before we go to the hospital, so that to pretend like I have HIV and he have healed me. And then he will take credit for it and claim that he have a cure for it. Oh, guys, everything he's doing is to prove to everyone that he is powerful. And then we went to the hospital. Sorry, we went to the church on Sunday. We went to the church on Sunday, and then when we went, they claimed, I don't know, I think when we went to the hospital for the test, you know, the lab test and all that, I knew for a fact they were doing that test to check if I have HIV or not. And one thing I do know for sure, there was this guy who came here, his name is David, he worked at Tech Hospital. He claims, he is the one, when I went, he's the one who took me around the hospital, everything, said I should sit down, you do everything for me. I knew they were doing a test to see whether I have HIV or not. Although they didn't tell me, I know for a fact that was what they were doing. I knew it. And I also know that the pastor is linked with that. So when they did the test, I think they told the pastor that I don't have it, so he was ashamed. When we went to the church on Sunday, the wife claimed that the pastor, my sister-in-law, Amma, the pastor have gone to UK. And the wife to say, the pastor have gone to UK. The wife started saying, oh, as for my husband, the pastor, he's a very good person. He even take us to, there's this Kimbiski. Sometimes he take us to eat. He's very good. He's a good pastor. He's more like a marriage counselor, blah, 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 trying to convince me to like the pastor and come to their church. So after they were done, then they demanded for the envelope. They asked us, the one that they say, if I give them 2,000, they'll give me 20,000. If I give them 20,000, they give me 200,000. And then the moment I gave the envelope to the guys, you need to see, the woman is very big. But I've never seen her walking with that speed because the woman walked very slowly. The speed she went to the back of the church, only my envelope. And then she took it to the church, the back of the church. When she was coming, the excitement and the speed she took to the church, she didn't bring the same excitement. She was so angry. I think the husband told her what he had done. So they were expecting me to put every money I have in the envelope. And the pastor also thought I have HIV. So he is going to threaten me or something for me to put everything I have in the envelope. But I don't have anything to hide, guys. And then the wife saw, when the wife saw in the envelope, she was so angry. The moment she came, she called the junior pastors. Guys, I'm just quoting how she said it. I'm imitating exactly how she said it. And the junior pastors prayed for me. And they gave me a sachet water. Guys, I threw the water on the way. Before all these things, now I've drink. I told you that I put 3 water on my phone when Pastor Elvis was praying and said that you should put water on the device, that whatever device, you should just hold it and pray over it. So I prayed over those 3 sachets water. It was in my baby's bassinet. That time, now we have already drank 2 of the water. The day we went to the hospital, that day when I woke up in the morning, I didn't even know we would go to the hospital. I drank that water, and the moment I drank the water, I felt really better. I got some energy, I got some strength. I told my mother that let's go to the hospital. We are not going to the church. So when I drank the 3rd water, when we came home, I threw the pastor's water. When they gave me the water to come and to bring it home and drink, I threw it away. And then I remember that the water Pastor Elvis prayed on, it's left with 1. So when we came home, I drank that water as well. And I realized that I was doing great. One thing I forgot to tell you guys, the first day that I told you my sister-in-law took us, last year, July, when my sister-in-law took us to the church, one of the things the pastor said that I should sleep at night. I should stop watching pastors on social media. I should stop praying I should sleep at night. That was when I realized that the Alpha Hour prayers I was praying, guys, as I'm talking to you, Pastor Elvis of Alpha Hour, I've never met him before. I've not gone to his church before. And he have not given me a penny to advertise or to talk well on him. I'm just saying what happened to me in the month of July 2024. So when I came home, I drank the last water of Pastor Elvis prayed upon. I drank it. And I realized that I was so better. And then the pastor also said that I should come. All this time, I hadn't taken my daughter to church for Thanksgiving. The pastor said I should bring my daughter to his church. And he is going to name my daughter Esther. I have got pregnant for 9 months. I've given birth. I've not given him permission to name my daughter. He said he's going to name my daughter Esther. So when we got home on that Sunday, I drank the last water Pastor Elvis prayed upon. I went to the seamstress. I told her that I'll go to church. I called Pastor Enoch. I told him that I want to come to church for the Thanksgiving. And he said I should come to the church auditorium and they will give me a date where they usually do the Thanksgiving, because we do it, I think, second week of every month. And they will put my name on the list. Then I'll come. So the time I called him, now they have already done that. That was the month of August. I think they have already done the August, they already done the month of July dedication. So I had to wait for the month of August for me to go dedication. So I think it was left at about 3 weeks or so, 2 weeks and some days. And I went and they put my name on the list. And they asked for the name of my baby. And I said, when I went, it was the pastor who took me to the church first. I told you that one pastor, my husband called him and he came to take me to the church where I attend before we went to my sister-in-law's church. So when I went, he was there, so he took the name of the baby, my name, my husband's name, we wrote everything down, and then 3 weeks later. So when I went to the church to write my name, then my sister-in-law started calling again. The pastor is waiting for me to come for the Thanksgiving. And I said that I'm going to the church where I attend. That's where I'm going to do the dedication. And then she also said that the pastor is doing a revival for me, specifically for me. I should come. Guys, she kept calling and calling. I never went. And then finally, the week came and I went to the Thanksgiving. Something that I forgot to tell you guys. When the pastor told my mother that, Mami, let me tell you where all that came from. I told you guys that I wanted to go for the dedication the first month when I gave birth. But when my husband's traveling, because of my husband's traveling issue, he had to go much earlier than we expected. So when my husband left, I lost hope to go. I didn't want to go. But then I knew that I have to go to church because my kids were asking me, Mommy, let's go to church. So I was going to the fashion designer who was sewing my dress. On my way going, I was doing a video call with my husband. When I was leaving the house, I was working because the fashion designer is my neighborhood. When I was going, I didn't see any dog following me. Whilst I was doing the video call with my husband, I didn't see any dog following me. I felt like someone was following me. When I was branching to where the fashion designer is, I realized that a dog was following me. And I palm dog and said, Uncle. That was the time I was telling my husband that, hey, they said, because I get up about 4 or 3 times in the night to breastfeed the baby, I don't get enough sleep. So my face is looking like older than my age. And that's exactly how the pastor quoted when we went to the church, when my sister-in-law came to take us in the month of July. Saying, so the moment he quoted the same word, and then he also said that he's going to turn us to cats and dogs to go and bring money for him, I realized that the dog that was following me, it was him. And not only that, he said that even when cats come to your house, you'll be pushing them away. When dogs come to your house, you'll be pushing them away. Guys, my sister-in-laws brought a cat. They kept telling me to bring a cat to the house, and I said that I'm the one who lives in the house. I don't need a cat. They kept pushing me, bring a cat. I don't like cats. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Bring a cat to your house, bring a cat to your house. And I said no. They forcibly brought the cats, and I kept the cat in the compound. My mother-in-law insisted that I should bring the cat inside the house, and I said no. So I put the cat in the compound, and the cat died in the compound. So I have a feeling that this same cat, the cat and the dog may be animals that he worked with. And that cat that was brought to the house, it came here for a purpose. And because I didn't allow the cat to stay inside, the cat died. And then, when I was pregnant with my fourth baby, some cats came to my veranda. I don't know how they entered because the gate was locked. So I saw a small patch and I realized that maybe that's how they were able to enter. Some 4 cats, I think a cat with the babies who were 3. They also came to the veranda. We have some building materials in the veranda, so they went to hide behind one of them. and I threw them away and I covered the place where they've passed. He was so furious when he was saying it. So all these cats that were coming to the house, because I find it very strange that you don't have a cat in your house and suddenly a cat have come and stay in your house. When I sack these cats, they'll come back. When I push them away, they'll come back. And I realize that no, I have to block the way they pass, and I block it. And that's when they think, but they are still in this neighborhood as I'm still talking to you. They are still in this neighborhood. That was when I realized that this man may be related to this cat and the dogs that he's been talking about. And I thank God for not allowing them to stay here. He may be working with them. So guys, the reason why I'm saying all this is because just recently, if you've been watching my channel, you can see that I went live with my kids. We went to Akenti restaurant at ShopRite. Guys, whilst we were eating there, a cat entered. And the cat came straight to where we were sitting to eat. Don't you find this strange? You are sitting in a restaurant eating, and the cat will come to the restaurant. Isn't that very strange? Isn't that strange? And the cat is the same color of the cat that came to my house when I was pregnant and I threw them away. I said that the pastor was so furious when I went to the church in the month of July last year, when he was so angry that when cats come to my house, I sacked them away. This cat came to where we were eating. Don't you find that very strange? So, after I got, all the people around me started asking me for things. Some wanted a land, some wanted a house. So guys, the reason why I'm doing this video, I've been seeing so many things going on in Ghana. I've been hearing so many prophecies. What happened to me last year in the month of July, I can assure you, it wasn't physical, it was spiritual. And this man and his entry, I know he invented this. The church I attend. So why do they keep convincing me to leave my church to come to their church? I don't understand. Everything that happened to me, it was invented. So when they make prophecy to you, I'm not saying that good men of God are there, but the Bible says that a time will come that some people will come and say that he have sent them, but he doesn't know them. He, Jesus Christ, doesn't know them. These people will come and say God have sent them. What happened to me? It wasn't anything from God. It was a man who invented it. He wanted to use me to make money. He wanted to use me to get fame, to become famous so that the whole world will know him. He also aspired to be a politician. He wanted to use me to campaign for him to become a politician. The next thing we know is that he is the president of Ghana. If this man claims that he can turn human beings to cats and dogs, imagine him as the president of this country. He will turn all of us to cats and dogs. We go and live in the forest. If they make a prophecy to you, please, don't say you don't believe them. What I will tell you is that whether you believe it or not, pray over it. Pray over it. And please, if you're a Ghanaian and you are praying, just take about 1 second of your time to pray for Ghana, to pray for this country, pray for the leaders of this country. They need our prayers. Because if they make the prophecy and you don't act, you don't do anything, they will make the prophecy come true, which I know is not from God. They will make the prophecy come true to prove to you that what they are saying is true, to prove to you that they are powerful. So that you come to their church, you donate. What happened to me, 90% of them was all about the donation. And another is about this house. They wanted me out of this house. Because while I was hearing, the person was telling me to run away from this house. Because it's going to burn me and my kids. So we should run away from the house. I should take everything I have and leave this house. The person wanted me out of this house. When my husband was in Ghana about some few years ago, my sister-in-law came and told us that we should leave the house for them and go and live somewhere like Kuforidria or Sunyani. She gave us a specific location. Either Kuforidria or Sunyani. We should go and rent a house. We should go and rent a house there and leave this house for them. So please, if they prophesy to you, they give you a prophecy, please, even if you don't believe it, don't show them you don't believe it. Ubema or why or when they will invent it, because the way the pastor was talking to me, the man just hit me with passion. He have waited for me for a long time. I think he have tried many methods. He didn't get me. But in the month of July, I fell into his trap. So after I came home, I explained to my sisters were saying that the way he was acting didn't make sense. They didn't understand. So when I explained things to them, that was when they understood. So please, I'm begging you. But Ghana, the moment there's a new president or there's election, you hear prophets saying this president is good. No president will die in this country in Jesus' name. They will leave. They will leave. And if any man invent their death, may it go back to them in trillion folds in Jesus' name. When they a woman prophecy and bad news, Ghanaian prophets only see bad news. They have never seen any good news. And all the other countries, they are developing. They keep developing. But I've never heard any prophet saying that this president from the other country, Europe, they are going to die. But the moment there's a new president, Africa, every day, the presidents are going to die. The politicians are going to die. This person is going to die. There's going to be an accident. Please, if they give you the prophecy, please, so whether it's true or not, please go on your knees and pray about it. Guys, if it wasn't the prayer I prayed in the night with Alpha Hour, I don't know if I will still be here. I don't know. So please, I don't know if my daughter will still be here. My daughter looked like someone who was dead. God is my witness. And now we are both here alive. It is the grace of God. So please, if they give you prophecy and you don't believe it, whether you believe it or not, go on your knees and pray about it. Cancel it. God has given us the power. He said that whatever we bind on earth, he will bind in heaven. Whatever we lose on earth, he will lose in heaven. So please, pray when they give you the prophecy. Don't sleep. Pray over it. Because they can invent it. They can make it happen. You may think it was God who spoke, but it wasn't God. They have spoken because they see themselves as God. They have spoken and they'll make the prophecy come true. Just to prove to you that they are powerful. If you observe very well, now people don't just go to church to worship God. They go to church to worship the pastors. Instead of worshiping the man, they are supposed to worship God. So please, I'm not saying me, I believe in God. I pray. I have pastors that I watch, I follow, I respect. But it doesn't mean that every pastor is a man of God. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you so much. And every woman who is pregnant, I pray that God protects you and your children, your baby, unborn child, and you deliver your baby safely. Nothing will happen to you and your baby. And you will live long till the day that God says that you should go. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys again in another live video. But until then, bye.